lawmakers in Hartford are trying to do whatever they can to put money back in your pocket. For Republicans, that pitch includes getting rid of the state gas tax, which is about 25 cents a gallon. Senate Minority Leader Stephen Harding joins us now, Republican from Brookfield. Good to see you.
Good to see you as always.
Welcome back. This is an interesting quagmire we have ourselves in.
Yeah.
Gas prices and oil prices are going through the roof right now. You and even the governor are talking about, geez, what can we do on the state level to try to mitigate this? He says, let's suspend the 25 cent per gallon tax. What do you think?
I would agree with him. The problem is the governor hasn't followed up on what he said, unfortunately. We've seen, usually he said he was going to contact legislative leaders. He hasn't contacted our office, hasn't contacted Speaker Ritter or Senator Looney to my knowledge. So it takes legislative action to do this. You need to have discussions with legislators to make this happen. But ultimately, Mike, you're right. I mean, we have an affordability crisis here in Connecticut. We have the second highest electric rates in the country, third highest taxes. So we're being hit at home even more than any other state in the country for the most part. We could provide some small level of relief, but significant to individualized individuals, as I mentioned, by taking a quarter off of every single gallon by simply just suspending the gas tax.
Now, suspending is one thing. Members of your party have said, look, let's just get rid of it altogether, like permanently. Is that on the table for discussion at this point, or instead of just pausing it, it would be just go away?
I think we can explore it. I mean, it's about $30 million a month it would cost us to do. I think at the very least we should probably implement a gas tax holiday for the next 2 months. Examine where we are after 2 months in terms of where we are with gas prices, and then we could re-examine again whether to make it permanent. But I think in the here and the now, we're facing a crisis when it comes down to affordability, particularly at the gas pump. And I think we could do something in the here and now that would provide some savings significantly to families. Let's do it right now. Let's do it for the next 2 months, and then certainly explore it going forward.
Now, either pausing it or getting rid of it permanently would affect the special transportation fund, right? That's where that money goes, so to help build bridges and other infrastructure that we're sorely behind on, really.
Correct.
Where does that money get replaced? Are you worried about the money to build bridges?
So the reason I'm mentioning a 2-month holiday is because it's a sustainable period of time where we could truly examine where the gas prices are 2 months from now and see if it's gone down, hopefully, and then provide that relief while we're waiting to evaluate. And also the reason I mentioned it, $30 million a month, we actually have about a $60 million surplus right now in the Special Transportation Fund. So it wouldn't crack down on any of our current investments, but at the same time provide that necessary relief.
So we all want relief. We know that Connecticut is expensive, but when we talk about suspending the 25-cent gas tax, which it seems like both sides are in favor of, when oil goes way up and gas prices are going to be up maybe $1 or $1.50 or $2 more per gallon. Yeah. Political timing. It seems like you're going to give somebody a 25-cent break, but if it goes up $2 a gallon, they're not going to feel it, right?
Well, it's true. I mean, but we have an ability to do this now and provide at least some level of relief. And just because it's not as much as we may want, shouldn't stop us providing some level of relief to individuals. Every single cent counts. We're in the third or second highest state, most unaffordable state in the country by most metrics. I think we have an obligation at the state level to do something to make it a little more affordable here.
Is there something to do, and you know this specifically because you're from the western side of the state, to address on the state level to address zone pricing? If I buy a gallon of gas in Brookfield or down in Stamford, it's way more expensive than if you were to buy it out in Killingly.
Right.
Trying to get relief across the board from a zone pricing perspective. Is there something to do about that on the state level or not really?
I think it would be difficult, depending on the regions that you're in, to implement what the prices could be. Obviously, I'm willing to explore anything to provide more affordable relief to the people of the state. They greatly deserve it in a very unaffordable state. But ultimately, I think less government, less taxation is the way to really address this issue as opposed to more government getting involved.
So we know that there is almost zero appetite for adding tolls to try to create revenue for the Special Transportation Fund. Even the governor goes, yeah, that was probably a non-starter even moving forward. Are there other ways to make sure that we have revenue continuing to go into the Special Transportation Fund other than tolls or other than...
I mean, we have gross receipts tax, which is paid at the pump. I mean, so that is one way to address revenue. But I mean, the problem I always have is the answer in this state, in this one-party majority, is always revenue. It's never cost savings. There are efficiencies in our government. I've seen a lot of wasteful spending. We continue to see wasteful spending. My argument would be, let's find efficiencies within our budget and then utilize those efficiencies to invest in other areas where it's necessary. And what bothers me in this state, it's always where can we collect the revenue? And people at home, they're tightening their belt because they have to.
Right.
We never seem to be tightening our belt at the state level. So I'd like to see more savings and then reinvestment in those.
Do you have something you'd like to target that you believe is inefficient at this point?
Look at the fraud involved with our nonprofit organizations getting money in our state budget. I mean, that alone, millions and in some cases tens of millions of dollars going to organizations in some cases didn't even exist or being basically stolen from the public. I mean, we could start with that. That's just a starter. Tens of millions of dollars right there. I also think we need to look at our contracts with our state employee unions. We have, professors at universities making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and still getting step increases.
Right.
I mean, so a little more leverage in our agreements with some of our state unions, finding ways where fraud is being involved with third-party vendors receiving state taxpayer money. Those are just easy off-the-top examples of ways we can find efficiencies.
Senator, we got to leave it there. We got to bring you back for the podcast so we can talk longer on some of this stuff. Thanks for joining us.